All right, you guys. This is Matthew with rooferagent.com. How you doing today? So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you guys how to really build a website that not just is any website, but something that's going to get you guys ranked in Google. Now, is this going to be the absolute pinnacle of design? Absolutely not, because getting ranked number one in Google, oftentimes when you end up creating really intense designs and images that fail compression tests, ultimately proves to fail your what we call Google site speed metrics, which is something we'll go over in later videos, and more importantly, something that fails really getting you ranked inside of Google. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you guys first and foremost how to go into Siteground.com. Now, in terms of Siteground, I found this is probably one of the best balances between um, site speed in terms of the back end and the database, as well as getting your website built and being really user friendly. Plus, they have great support. Now, this isn't free by any stretch of the imagination. You guys got to keep in mind that it's fairly inexpensive. You could start with one website, or you can go to unlimited websites if you want. If you want to try this with more than one, go ahead. But one website is going to get you far enough where you can do the startup plan. Now, I've included a referral link in the video below, or below the video here, and I would go ahead and start with something like that. It gets you approximately 10,000 visits a month. I'm going to assume that you're probably not getting that much in terms of traffic. It's going to get you a free domain, a free site security layer, security ticket, daily backups, free CDN, free email migrator, enhanced security, a variety of different things that you guys can go ahead and get. Now I'm going to log into my account here. And like I said, I've included a referral link. Go ahead. It helps out my business if you guys appreciate what I'm doing for you there. Gets me a couple of prizes, gets me a bunch of free hosting, and I absolutely love not paying my hosting bill. But what I want you to do once you're actually logged in and once you guys have this all set up is there's going to be a system called websites in here. Now it's going to probably take you through an automated process to go ahead and build a new website right out of the gate, especially if you're new hosting. But what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead, click new website. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys how to get a website ranked first and foremost as quickly as possible inside of Google. Now, this is something that's not going to land you in the number one spot. There are over 200 ranking factors that go into that. But this is really going to get you started, possibly even into the top 10 right out of the gate, and we can go from there. So once you're there, you got to find a new domain name. We're going to go medicinehatroofer.ca. And look at that, surprise, surprise, it's available for registration. Now, I'm going to register as a Canadian citizen, and don't be afraid if you're not a Canadian citizen. I mean, go ahead, get the .com, get the .net. Look for something that, is going to be applicable to your roofing business. Go ahead, click continue. And now what we're going to do is we're going to select install new application or start a new website. Now, if you guys have a website already and you need somebody to migrate your website over, you can reach out to any one of your local marketing agencies, or you can reach out to me and I'll be happy to help you migrate your website for a nominal fee. But if you don't have a website, like I said, this is something we're going to do. This is basically where we're going to go ahead and create a brand new website. So now I've started, select a new website. You get a couple of different options here: WordPress or WooCommerce, and Weebly Site Builder. Ignore this entirely. WooCommerce is something that is an e-commerce platform that goes into the back end of your website. Now, e-commerce is not something typically roofers end up doing. If it's something you want to do later on down the line, again, it's something I can show you how to do or support you through if you really want me to. Again, our agency is happy to help you out with that. But what I would do is I would go into WordPress, set up a login, Now I'm going to have to blur this out later, but go ahead, confirm. Site scanner is not something you're going to need. I wouldn't be too worried about it. It's an extra layer of site protection that can be added to your website for any threats. I have never used it, to be completely honest with you, and it's not something I intend to use. But I would go ahead and hit the Pay Now button. Whoops. Wrong card. All right, creating your site. This is going to take a couple of minutes to complete. What they're going to do is they're going to get this all set up and ready to roll for you guys. What I'm going to do is I'm going to feature the site later on in my agency, or my niche specific agency, at rooferagent.com. And it's just a training video that we're going to go through in order to get you guys set up and ready to roll. I'll catch you later. Go ahead, wait for this to create your website. Once it's done creating your website, click on the next video. We'll keep going.